a cockroach in your life? That is truly what I feel like. Sometimes I feel like a cockroach. When I think I've accomplished a lot, like some numbers that you heard the Toastmaster of the day give, I realize that in comparison to others, it's nothing. For example, if I say I've been a Toastmaster for 5 years, someone who's recently joined, the two new members, Bhagyashree and the other lady, Malika, they will say, wow, she spent 5 years. But when I come and meet Frank in Nice, who's been a Toastmaster for 52 years, or if I meet Roger, who was in a meeting just 3 hours ago in Mastermind Toastmasters, he's been there for 42 years. They will say, 5 years? Diddly squat. Means nothing. That's when I feel like a cockroach. I feel I need to achieve so much more. We just heard a previous speaker talk about his second innings, about how meaningful he wanted life to become and how he started coaching and mentoring others. In comparison, what I must have thought moving into a corporate career was really diddly squat. I thought I will join the rat race and go up. But that really seems very insignificant compared to the stuff that our previous Toastmaster Sanjeev Gupta talked about. Sometimes in life, I would get 99 in maths. 1 mark used to be cut for handwriting. But there was always that person who would get 100. And then my 99 seemed diddly squat. Think about it. Shut your eyes and think. Did you ever feel you'd accomplished something and then someone comes along and you felt your accomplishment was really nothing, just diddly squat? So let's start from the time when I was born. My name was Smita. Why? Because I smiled. I did not cry as a baby. The nurse hit me. I remember, I'm told, my mother kind of pulled my legs to make me cry. And then my grandfather came. He had to name me. Even he tried to pinch me, and I didn't cry. Then that's when my grandfather said, no big deal. Let's call her Smita. She will smile all her life. And then everybody in my immediate family, my uncles, my aunts, they all wanted me to be smiling. Diddly squat. How could I be smiling when all I needed was food and my diaper changed throughout? And that was never done on time because at family get-togethers, my mother never had time for me. She never spent that kind of time. But then why am I sitting here and complaining when at the age of 5, she died? Diddly squat. Did I know how I would grow up in my life? And a lot of people use that word bechari Smita in Hindi. Poor little Smita, how will she grow without a mother? So I had to prove to the 8 godmothers that I had, my aunts, my neighbors, I had to prove to these self-imposed people who wanted to mother me that I was better than the best. But there's nothing called being the best because there's someone who's better than you in every aspect of your life. And when they look at you, they might say, oh, she's diddly squat. Fellow Toastmasters and guests, I did ask you to close your eyes and none of you closed your eyes, right? But please close your eyes for 30 seconds. Put yourself in my shoe. I studied so hard for my 10th exam, my board exam. My brother was giving his 12th finishing school exam. And you know what? I wanted to become an engineer. And that fellow, that brother of mine, Sanjeev Narayan, you can Google him. He's SANGIV, not EEV, like Toastmaster Sanjeev Gupta. He got a 29 JE rank. There was nothing better I could have ever got to beat that rank. So when I had to decide what to do in my 11th, I didn't want to be called diddly squat because he had become JE 29, then I wouldn't have got into an engineering college. So I took up commerce. This fear of being called diddly squat or she's done nothing in her life has stuck with me till I reached half my century. And yes, now you know my age. At 52, the only message I want to give you, when you think you've accomplished something, when you think you've got a goal and you've reached that goal, don't worry, that goalpost better move because there's someone always ahead of you. Now, the question is, do you want to be like me and fear that I will never really achieve or be the best in a particular field, be it singing, be it dancing, be it being an accountant, be it being in the corporate sector, or being it spiritual? Or are you going to try as many things like bungee jumping, skydiving, as well as other factors? Well, it's a dilemma. I still know everyone around me could be better than me in something or the other. But what I've learned since I joined TOastMasters in 5 years is that anything you do is diddly squat if you were to look at it from another's eyes. But if you look at it from your eyes, that little thing that you've accomplished is no longer diddly squat. And you know why? Because all of us are trying to be a better version than ourselves. And that is what we say in TOastMasters. Here I go. I thought I didn't have a single arm, so, and, but, like. But I do have them, and I said a but right there. I say lesser buts and lesser ands and lesser so's and lesser r's as much as possible. Some of you in this have been area directors, are an area director right now in the audience. I've applied 5 times in our district, but people don't want me as an area director. That doesn't mean that I have not accomplished something. That probably means I'm just not ready as yet to be selected. So look at what we have, that epic thing of half empty or half full. I always prefer to look at half full, 1/4 full, and take each drop of accomplishment step by step to fill my glass. And before I can fill the glass, I get a bigger glass. But that doesn't mean that I'm diddly squat. Neither should you ever be made to feel like a cockroach or like a diddly squat.
Are we done?
Yes.
Oh, thank you so much. That was a very inspiring speech. And I request everyone to please send the speaker feedback. You have 1 minute, and timer, please tell me when the 1 minute is up.
One minute is over.
Thank you, Master Shalu. And next, let's move on to the second round, to the second session of our meeting, which is the extemper speech, where anybody can speak on on the given topic. And the next session will be held by someone. Let me ask you to guess the name of the person. She is a spiritual soul, a PhD, a budding entrepreneur in nanotechnology, a motivational mentor, loves to read, reading, writing poems, and she is an NLP practitioner and an adventurous soul. And of course, a club officer. So who are we talking about?
Shweta. Toastmaster Shweta.
Toastmasters.
Shweta.
Yay! And she will be taking over the next session of the meeting. Over to you, Toastmaster Shweta.
Thank you, Mohnish, sir, for a kind introduction. And now, people, let's have a break. Let's have a table topic. So, table topics are very important to actually create create and master your impromptu speaking. And also it helps you to gain that confidence that sometimes we don't have. Suddenly we get the topic and suddenly you have to be on your feet to think about it and speak. So what am I bringing today will be a very important speech. I don't know who all have seen the movie Great Dictator. Anybody? Have you seen Great Dictator? No, by Charlie Chaplin, but I'm sure you must have heard the famous speech by him on humanity. So it will be with a twist. And as you know, the timer has already explained about the timings of the table topic session. Every speaker will be getting 2 minutes. Green card will be shown at 1 minute. Yellow will be 1 minute 30 seconds, and the red will be shown at 2 minutes. Okay. So I've prepared the dialogue according to the timeline. So let's begin the session, and I will be sharing my screen. Are you able to see my screen?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. So today's theme that I have brought on the table topic is emotions. So let us guide them and let us be guided by them. Okay, as somebody has beautifully said, that the emotional intelligence is not different from the intelligence that we have. It is the intersection that happens between the both. How we are going to do it, as going by the theme of the day, you all can volunteer yourselves. This will be the dialogue, and the twist is I will be giving the different emotions to actually speak this dialogue. Okay, and I will be emulating these emotions so that you guys can guess what you have to do it. Okay, which emotion you have to use to actually say this dialogue. I can do a demo for you. Do you guys want a demo?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so let me speak like a leader.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. So who actually wants this to happen? Okay, if I'm a little bit shouting, please bear with me. Okay. Soldiers, don't give yourself to brutes, men who despises you, enslave you, who regiment your lives, tell you what to do, what to think, and what to feel, who drill you, diet you, treat you like cattle, use you as cannon fodder. Don't give yourself to these unnatural men with machine minds and machine hearts. You're not machines. You're not cattle. You're men. You have the love of humanity in your hearts. You don't hate, only the unloved hate, the unloved and the unnatural. Soldiers, we all are the soldiers, okay? Soldiers, don't fight for slavery, fight for liberty. The kingdom of God is within men, not one man, nor a group of men, but in all men. In you, the people have the power to create machines, the power to create happiness. You, the people, have the power to make the life free and beautiful, to make this life a wonderful adventure. Then, in the name of democracy, let us use that power. Let us all unite. Let us fight for a new world, a decent world that will give men a chance to work, that will give youth a future and old age a security. By the promise of these things, brutes have risen to power, but they lie. They do not fulfill that promises. They never will. Dictators free themselves, but they enslave the people. Now let us fight to fulfill that promise. Let us fight to free the world, to do away with national barriers, to do away with greed, with hate and intolerance. Let us fight for a world of reason, a world where science and progress will lead to the all men's happiness. Soldiers, fellow Toastmasters, in the name of democracy, let us all unite. Thank you. So just a small demo. And now I will be, anybody can volunteer, or otherwise I will be selecting the Toastmasters and our PTMs, potential Toastmasters. Oh, I've got the first hand. Okay, Anubhav, so here you go. You have to first guess the emotion and then you have to do it. Okay? Are you ready?
Yes.
Okay.
Sad.
Go ahead.
Soldiers, don't give yourself to brutes, men who despise you, enslaves you, who regiments your life, tell you what to do, what to think, and what you feel, who drill you, diet you, treat you like a kettle, use you as cannon fodder. Don't give yourself to those unnatural men with machine minds and machine hearts. You are the machine. You are not cattle. You are men. You can love the humanity in your hearts. You don't hate, only the unloved hate. The unloved and the unnatural soldiers. Don't fight for slavery, fight for liberty. The kingdom of the God is within man. No, not one man or a group of men, but in all men. In you, the people have the power to create machines, the power to create happiness. Use the power. You have the power to make the life free and beautiful, to make this life a wonderful adventure. Then, in the name of democracy, let us use the power. Let us all unite. Let us fight the new world, a decent world with give sorry, there's some that will give a men a chance to work, that will give you the future and old age security. By the promise of these things, brutes have risen to power, but they lie. They don't fulfill the promise. They never will. Dictators free themselves, but they enslave the people. Now let us fight to fulfill the promise. Let us fight to free the world, to do away with the nation barriers, to do away with all the greed, with hate and intolerance. Let us fight for a world of reason, a world where science and progress will lead to all men happiness. Soldiers, in the name of democracy, let us all unite. Thank you.
Thank you. Please. Thank you, Anubhav, for taking the lead in the table topics. Now, whatever emotion I'm going to do it, please, you have to do the same thing, you have to use the same emotion to actually do this dialogue. Okay, I've got three raised hands, but first I will go with the new member, Bhagyashri. Bhagyashri, you can go ahead. Okay, are you ready to guess the emotion?
Yeah, I am.
Okay. So you have to use this emotion and do this dialogue, okay?
Okay. Okay.
So what is the emotion?
It's laughter.
Perfect. Laughter. So go ahead.
Yeah.
You have to use laughter and do this dialogue.
All right. Yeah. Soldiers, don't give yourselves to brutes. Men who despise you, enslave you, who regiment your lives, tell you what to do, what to think, and what to feel, who drill you, sorry, diet you, treat you like kettles, use you as cannon foders. Don't give yourselves to these unnatural machine man with machine minds and machine hearts. You're not machines. You're not cattle. You are man. You have the love of humanity in your hearts. Don't hate. Don't the unloved hate. The unloved hate and the unnatural soldiers don't fight for slavery, fight for liberty. The kingdom of God is within man, not one man, not a group of man, but in all man, in you. The people have the power to create machines, the power to create happiness. You, the people, have the power to make this life free and beautiful, to make this life a wonderful adventure. Then, in the name of democracy, let us use the power, let us all unite, let us fight for a new world, a decent world that will give man a chance to work, that will give youth a future and old age a security. By the promise, of these things. Brutes have risen to power, but they lie. They don't fulfill that promise. They never will. Dictators free themselves, but they analyze the people. Now let us fight to fulfill that promise. Let us fight to free the world. Sorry. To do away with national barriers, to do away with greed, with hate and intolerance. Let us fight for a world of reason, a world where science and progress will lead to all man's happiness. Oh. A world where science and progress will lead to all man's happiness. Soldiers, in the name of democracy, let us all unite.
Okay, perfect, Bhagyashri. You tried very well. Thank you. Okay, going ahead.
Thank you.
Mohit sir, are you ready to guess the emotion?
Yes.
Okay.
Crying, sad, okay.
Crying.
Crying, okay. Soldiers, don't give yourself to brutes, men who despise you, enslave you, regiment you, your lives, tell you what to do, what to think, what to feel. Those who drill you, diet you, treat you like cattle, use you as cannon fodder. Don't give yourself to these unnatural men. Machine men with machine minds and machine hearts. You're not machines. You're not cattle. You're men. You are the love of humanity. You have the love of humanity in your hearts. You don't hate. Only the unloved hate. The unloved and the unnatural. Soldiers, don't fight for slavery. Fight for liberty. The kingdom of God is within man, not one man, but not a group of men, but in all men. In you, the people, have the power. The power to create machines, the power to create happiness. You, the people, have the power to make this life free and beautiful, to make this life a wonderful adventure. Then, in the name of democracy, let us use this power. Let us all unite. Let us fight for a new world, a decent world that will give men a chance to work, that will give you the future and old age of security. By the promise of these things, brutes have risen to power, but they lie. They do not fulfill that promise. They never will. Dictators free themselves, but they enslave the people. Now let us fight to fulfill that promise. Let us fight to free the world, to do away with the natural barriers, to do away with the greed, with hate, with intolerance. Let us fight for a world of reason, a world where science and progress will lead us to all men's happiness. Soldiers, in the name of democracy, let us all unite.
Awesome, sir. Awesome. Your EI is really high. Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. And
Like you made all of us cry. Huh?
Bhavya sir, are you ready? Bhavya sir?
Are you talking to me? Yeah.
was
Can you hear me?
No?
Yeah. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Yes, we can hear you. Wonderful.
So
Wonderful.
guess the emotion first, okay? Guess the emotion.
Aggressive, aggression.
No, wait. I didn't do anything, sir. Wait, sir. Okay. So guess. So now I'm doing it.
Fighting mode, something like that.
Yes. So anger.
Fighting mode.
Anger.
Anger. Okay, let me try. So can you hear me?
Yes.
Hello, can you?
Okay, should I start?
Yeah, please.
Yes, sir, we can hear you.
Soldiers, don't give yourself to the brutes, men who despise you, enslave you, who regiment your lives, tell you what to do, what to think, and what to feel, who drills you, diet you, treat you like cattle, use you as cannon fodder. Don't give yourself to this unnatural man. Machine man with machine minds and machine hearts. You are not machines. You are not cattle. You are men. You have the love of humanity in your hearts. You don't hate, only the unloved hate, the unloved and the unnatural. Soldiers, don't fight for slavery, fight for liberty. The kingdom of God is within men. No man, not a group of men, but in all men. In you, the people have the power to create machines, the power to create happiness. You, the people, have the power to make this life free and beautiful, to make this life a wonderful future adventure. Then, in the name of democracy, let's use that power. Let's all unite. Let's fight for a new world, a decent world, which will give men a chance to work, that will give youth a future and old age a security. By the promise of these things, brutes have risen to power, but they lie. They don't fulfill their promise. They never will. Dictators free themselves, but they enslave the people. Now let us fight to fulfill that promise. Let us fight to free the world, to do away with national barriers, to do away with greed, with hate and intolerance. Let's fight for a world of reasons, a world where science and progress will lead to all men's happiness. Soldiers, in the name of democracy, let us all unite.
Perfect, perfect. Thank you, Bhavya. Okay.
पानी पी लीजिए.
Yeah. Let me go ahead with the guests now. Let us give chance to the potential Toastmasters who have come today. So I would like to select PTM Purva. Would you like to go ahead? Are you there, Purva? Okay.
Purva is not there.
She's not there? I can't see. Okay, I can see here. Rohan Gupta, would you like to go ahead?
Yes.
Perfect, perfect. So first, please guess the emotion. Okay? I'm gonna do it.
Confused.
Perfect, perfect. Go ahead.
Okay. Soldiers, don't give yourselves to brutes, men who despise you, enslave you, who regiment your lives, tell you what to do, what to think, and what to feel, who drill you, diet you, treat you like cattle, use you as a cannon fodder. Don't give yourselves to these unnatural men with machine minds and machine hearts. You are not machines. You are not cattle. You are men. You have the love of humanity in your hearts. You don't hate, only the unloved hate, the unloved and the unnatural. Soldiers, don't fight for slavery, fight for liberty. The kingdom of God is within man, not one man nor a group of men, but in all men. In you, the people have the power to create machines, the power to create happiness. You, the people, have the power to make this life free and beautiful, to make this life a wonderful adventure. Then, in the name of democracy, let us use that power. Let us all unite. Let us fight for a new world, a decent world, that will give men a chance to work, that will give you youth a future and old age a security. By the promise of these things, brutes have risen to power, but they lie. They do not fulfill that promise. They never will. Dictators free themselves, but they enslave the people. Now let us fight to fulfill that promise. Let us fight to free the world, to do with the national barriers, to do with the greed, with hate and intolerance. Let us fight for a reason, a world where science and progress will lead to the men's happiness. Soldiers in the name of democracy, let us all unite. Sorry, I didn't get that expression right.
No, 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 it's
I'm
okay.
not able.
But it was
It
a
was
very
dif-
good try,
it
Rohan.
was very difficult to how to incorporate this confused expression in this.
No problem, sir, Rohan, but still a very good try. In the beginning, it was confused. Thank you. Timer, I would like to know how much time do we have more for the table topics? Timer, Team Shalu.
Time is over.
For the table topics, it is.
Yes.
Okay, perfect. Okay. So, thank you everyone for taking for volunteering and doing it so very well. And I hope you understand how emotions can guide us and how we are actually guided by the emotions. It's all on us. The EI can be, made the way we can intersect that with our intelligence. So let's have the power of our emotions only for the development of this world, just like this famous dialogue, which is my favorite. Thank you everyone. I hope you all enjoyed.
Yeah, thank you, Toastmaster Shweta. That was something new. I have never ever seen something like this. I almost cried, and then I laughed, and then I was confused. This is a strange meeting, of course. Anyways, let's move on. And before we have our evaluations, would you guys like to have a short break? Okay, Mohit sir says yes. Maybe he want to grab napkin.
Yes, we can have a
Can we? Yeah. Okay. Can we get together in 5 minutes? Is that okay? Good. And meanwhile, Shweta, maybe you can tell us how we can have more emotions in our lives. Just guide us. I'll just take a short leave. I'm just coming back.
Mohit sir, I would like to know that how come you did it so very well? I mean, you were crying. Oh, sorry, you needed a break. No, I started with you.
No, the idea of this table topics was very unique. I loved it, and I was looking forward to participating and doing my best. That's all I did. Thank you so much for
It's
this.
amazing, sir. You were crying, but I was laughing. Thank you. And Bhavya sir and everyone who
Yeah.
participated, they took.
For Bhavya sir, it is easy. He's normally in that aggression mode, so it's very easy for him. You should have given him a different emotion.
Mohit?
Sorry, sir.
So this is my impression on you. Huh? Oh, I need to work on myself.
Just pulling you, sir, a little bit.
So, okay, anybody wants to say what they loved about the table topics? It was my first time, so I hope you enjoyed it and you tried to also got engaged with it, because see, emotions are something, either they can be our master or we can be master of the emotions, right? But how we can use them positively is what matters. And this dialogue is the need of humanity. Don't you think so? It is the need of humanity right now that we all unite together. These soldiers are not the army, navy, and air force only. Obviously, from my heart, a big salute to them. But we all are also. We all are also the soldiers of this universe. So let's make use of what we have to make this world a better place. So let's make use of the positive emotions that we all have to make this world a better place. We all can, don't you think so? I mean, definitely, right?
Yeah, absolutely, Sweta. Thank you. This is actually an exercise to help us know our emotions also, I think. And that is a very important aspect to knowing ourselves, I think. And we have to be able to express our emotions too, even if it is a sad emotion. We should know how to do that. So thank you.
Thank you, sir. And
Anji,
sir, you said you actually did a very wonderful job of telling people that men can cry too, because it's still a taboo that men cannot cry. So men can cry too, sir. It's all about like being true and honest with our own emotions.
Absolutely, yeah.
Thank you. Smita ma'am, would you like to say something? You are very, I mean, you are the DTM, so would you like to say something, I mean, regarding the table
No,
topic?
I'm not yet a DTM. I filed 2 DTMs. We'll only know when the month end closes on 26 July. Okay, first of all, Shweta, I've just been wondering, you're a packet full of surprises. I missed 2 of your table topics because it's my father's birthday. And so there's a global family call happening right now, Khandani call, because he's turned 87. Touch wood, love the man.
Happy
So I've got out of that
birthday.
call to listen to you because you are such a surprise packet. You know, in my yesterlife, which was maybe 5 years ago or 10 years ago, I would have put you in a suitcase and carried you with me whenever I want to do social change. To be honest, you're talking about emotional intelligence. Let me tell you, we are all emotional. Okay, men too. I have a husband who's isolated on the 2nd floor. He was supposed to go for the Wimbledon final, but he's isolated because when he went on the first, he came across someone who tested positive. So I can imagine his emotion. First time we've got Wimbledon final ticket, he cannot go. So my daughter and I are going. So obviously we are very happy. He's sitting upstairs and crying, saying, "What is this? Why you're up all night doing TOastMastering?" But you are amazing. I mean, those passages, this last one particularly was, I don't know where you find them. I don't know. Your thoughts are very noble. This is how you get the Nobel Peace Prize, by the way. So please, whoever you are, whatever you are, I know you're in TMWD. I don't think you know your potential as yet. Bhavya will tell you how your potential can be, and Mohit and all can reap it. But you're just a surprise packet. I mean, so many thoughts that you have, and it's just amazing. I'm so glad I've come across you. One day I'm going to steal you for one whole day when I come back to India. And
हो रही है श्वेता क्या बात है
I'll kidnap her.
Thank you, but
यार कॉफी पियेंगे कहीं पे लंबी सी कॉफी पियेंगे.
I mean, in gratitude, and ma'am, you can talk to me anytime. Anytime I'm needed, I'm there for anyone. But this speech, ma'am, that I actually stole actually from the great dictator.
I thought it was Charlie Chaplin. You mentioned that earlier when you started.
Yes, you got that. It's my.
He's the only non-silent movie the guy did, and in a way.
It's the first movie, ma'am, with the dialogues actually. So
I know.
It's one of my favorite, and I thought, what
Bhavya, हिम्मत है तो public message भेजो ना, direct message क्यों भेज रहे हो? Sorry, DTM Bhavya. I'm in a TOastMaster meeting. This might be recorded also.
Because you have also sent me a direct message, not a public message.
I did. I'm so sorry. I must have. When I saw Bhavya,
Sorry,
I was like,
sorry, interrupt for, but break time is over.
Thank you. I love this lady, Shalu. She's too amazing. Okay, I'll mute.
I think she's here to steal every one of our best players. We should take a note, right, sir? Otherwise, our club is in danger.
It's good to be in a situation like that when we have so many takers. So we couldn't find a better situation to be in.
Actually, practically, there are many takers for TMWD. Mohit knows that. But I refer to.
Yeah.
Okay,
hostile takeover.
The easy team is the easy team is recording everything. Okay,
would have
so
recorded. I'm wondering. Please edit the breakout.
yeah, okay. That's I think the work of the tech master, and probably she will decide it. And next, let's move on with the dumb charades. Who wants to come next? I think I have sent the word, the next word to potential Toastmaster Ravish. Ravish, are you there? Potential Toastmaster Ravish. I think he's not there. Okay, Toastmaster Malika, are you there?
Yes, I'm there.
Okay, then just read out. Did you get my message?
Yes.
Yes. Okay, so this is name of a place, guys, and Malika, you can start. Just
It's
say
not a name of a place. I'm not saying it's a name of a place.
okay.
Okay, I'll try it. Okay.
Monuments, a monument, mandir, church,
Name of a place.
Gurdwara.
It's not a name of a place. I'll say
Vaishno
it's
Devi.
a no. It's not a name of a place. I'll say it's a. It's about a nature, something related to nature.
mountain,
Right. So it's
Tridev or Trikund?
no.
Mountain.
Someone says something
Trikund.
right now. Right.
Trikund.
So no.
Mountains.
So some
Yeah,
name
it's
of a
already
said
name
it
of a
was.
mountain.
It's a name of something related with nature. Okay.
Himalayas.
Clouds.
Mount Everest.
Himalayas.
Yes. Someone says
Mount Everest.
Right.
Mount Everest. Okay.
yeah, that was awesome. And next, I have sent our acting president, our ACP, the word. Have you received it, Toastmaster Harpreet? Toastmaster Harpreet, are you there?
There, I am there. Actually, there's some connection problem. Just give me a moment.
Oh,
Yeah, Mohnish.
okay, I sent you a word.
You sent me.
You can unmute. It's dumb charade.
अपना घर.
photo frame,
मकान.
makan,
English.
House.
House. Okay. House.
My home.
ghar,
Home.
Okay, that was easy one. I think you suggested with your mouth. Okay, next we have Toastmaster Shalu. Shalu, have you received the word? I have messaged you on WhatsApp. No, on the Zoom. Just say hi, hello. So you are, you are on spotlight.
So नहीं हो पाएगा.
Try, Shalu, try.
Try, Shalu.
It's okay, Shalu, you can just give it a shot.
Give your try.
नहीं हो रहा.
Okay. I am trying to do. Okay, just try to guess.
Namaz. Mosque.
Exam.
Name of a place.
Examination hall.
Sitting.
School.
School. Classroom.
School.
Cool.
Okay, so guys, how was it?
Good.
Absolutely
Wonderful.
Okay, so let's move on to the third section of our meeting, which is the evaluation section, and which will be taken over by the journal evaluator today, Toastmaster Ashima.
Thank you so much, everyone. So let's begin with our evaluations of the day. So first, we will begin with our evaluations of the speech. The first speech was given by Mr. Sanjeev, which is being evaluated by Miss Preeti. So I would request Miss Preeti to please give your evaluation report for Mr. Sanjeev. A big round of applause for her.
First of all, kudos to Toastmasters Sanjeev. Thank you, General Evaluator. Now let me share my evaluation for Toastmaster Sanjeev's speech. Kudos to Toastmaster Sanjeev for taking up the second innings. This is actually the never quit attitude which you are holding, which is actually your strength and not the kundli which proposed you to start the business after 40s. The speech had a personal touch which made us hooked to your speech. You had clarity in your speech and it was very easy to understand. You even incorporated word of the day once in your speech, which is appreciated. You had clarity in your speech. It was easy to understand. You even use the hand gestures, which is an important objective of your presentation mastery path. You could make perfect eye contact with the audience, which is again an important aspect of your path. Adding the piece of advice at the end was effective and enforced everyone to have a takeaway from your speech. This imprints an everlasting remembrance in the audience's mind. Well, coming to the recommendations part, I'm not sure for an icebreaker if we need to share recommendations or not, but since this is part 2, I still do have recommendations, but I'm not sure. You can correct me if recommendations are to be shared or not. Mohnish, is it required or not? I'm
Go
not
ahead.
sure.
Yeah, please go ahead.
Please share, Preeti.
Okay. You started with a situation where you had to quit the corporate for which you were not ready at that point of time. You could have shown a little bit sorrow where you were talking about that. This could have induced empathy in the audience's mind, and they would have been even more interested into your speech. You could have used voice modulation and shown some adrenaline rush where you described that you successfully achieved success in your second innings. You could add more pauses when you speak. This makes the audience interested in knowing what's coming up next. In all, it was highly connecting, brilliant, and emulating, as well as an impactful speech. Thank you, Toastmaster Sanjeev, and thank you. Over to you, General Evaluator.
Big round of applause for Miss Preeti. Please, everyone. Thank you so much, Preeti. Now we move on to our second evaluation of the second speech given by our DTM, soon to be DTM, Smita Narayan. And is there an evaluation? Sorry. Yeah, evaluation by Mr. Mohit sir. So a big round of applause for Mohit sir.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Ashima. So there are speeches which stay with you long after they are delivered. And this speech was one of those speeches. This is the kind of speech which stays with you, becomes a part of you, and keeps you thinking for a long, long time. And rather than the speaker giving you all the answers, you start thinking about what the right approach would be in your own head. So thank you, Toastmaster Smita, for such a beautiful speech that you've presented to us today. The best part about this speech that I liked was the play of words. All through the speech, the diddly squats kept on happening, which kept us glued to the central idea. The central idea, which was that no matter how well we do, there are probably people who are always better than us. So how do we deal with a situation like that? A good speech is one where every word stays connected with the key theme or idea. And that was the second thing which I liked about this speech. The third thing which I loved about the speech was that the speaker was completely present. Being present in the moment shows when you reference the previous speaker, the previous speeches, and even the new members who've joined the club, which was done beautifully by the speaker. Now, every speech has certain areas of improvement, and this is no different. And therefore, I would like to share a few things which can make this speech even better. There was a use of self-deprecating humor in the speech. However, as an audience, I felt that it was less of humor and more of serious emotions being shared. I was a little confused if the speaker really intended to make it very humorous, or was it really meant to be a serious speech. So if it was indeed meant to be humorous, you could use certain techniques to instill a sense of laughter or smiles in the audience. The other thing which I would like to share is that the climax of the speech, which was the turning point in your life, which happened after half a decade in your journey, when you joined TOastMasters, that should have come slightly earlier in the speech. Maybe 2/3 down the speech, you can, as a speaker, share the turning point which changed your perspective. And that way, as an audience, I would get to know what and how I can learn from your journey. The other thing which I would suggest is that from a contest perspective, it is the recent change in the contests for speeches that the previous speakers and speeches should be avoided as referenced. Otherwise, the speeches could get disqualified and the speaker gets a little advantage over the previous speakers. In terms of the eye contact, the overall clarity of speech, the audience awareness and involvement, the speech did wonders. My biggest takeaway from the speech was that when I am in a situation like that, I should always stick to look at glass being half empty rather than half full. Oh, sorry, glass being half full rather than being half empty. So great speech, Toastmaster Smita, and looking forward to more speeches from you. And like I said before, this speech is going to stay with us for a long, long time. Thank you. And back to you, General Evaluator.
Big round of applause for itself, please, everyone. Now let us move on to our auxiliary role players who are eager to present their reports for the day. So moving towards first, do we have to do for the evaluation, Mohnish sir?
Let's hear it from the auxiliary role players.
Okay, yeah, thank you. So yeah, so continuing with that, moving on to the first report of the day, report for the timer. So the timer of the day was Shalu. So stage is yours, Shalu.
Thank you, Toastmaster Ashima. Fellow Toastmaster members and guests, here is my report. For prepare speech speaker. Speaker first, TM Sanjeev took 5 minutes and 58 seconds for his 6-minute speech. Second speaker, TM Smita Narayan, took 7 minutes and 38 seconds for his 7-minute speech. So she is disqualified. And for table topic speakers, 2 minutes is maximum time allowed for each speakers. And first speaker, TM Anubhav, took 2 minutes in 12 seconds. Second speaker, Bhagyasri, took 2 minutes and 8 seconds. 3, TM Mohit took 2 minutes and 20 seconds. Fourth, TM Bhavya took 2 minutes and 11 seconds. Fifth, Rohan Gupta took 2 minutes in 30 seconds. And for speech evaluators, first evaluators TM Preeti took 2 minutes and 38 seconds for 3-minute evaluations. Second evaluators TM Mohit took 3 minutes and 52 seconds for 3-minute evaluations. He is disqualified. And the speeches feedback. The speeches were great. They kept their speaking time in limits, and the roles performed by everyone was perfect and was under the time limits. So we can keep doing the great job and perfect ourselves with every meeting. So I wish all the best to do so for the future meetings. Over to you, Toastmaster Ashima. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Shalu. Thank you so much for your wonderful report. So we know all the qualifications and disqualifications now for the timer. Now we move on to our second auxiliary role player for the day, who is a debutant on his role. So please, Paras, present your round.
Thank you, Toastmaster Ashima. So, starting with the Toastmaster of the day, TM Mohnish, he did a great job being the team odd. Still, he just used three and just one So, in total, he used just four filler words. And then the acting president, Harpreet, also did a very great job, just using three And then coming to the general evaluator, TM Ashima, she used one long pause and eight in total being nine filler words. Then coming to grammarian Toastmaster Chetan, he used majorly 16 us and three knows. So his major fall was in and then coming to Toastmaster Shweta, she used 5 hours, one and one then coming to the speech of Toastmaster Sanjeev, he used one long pause, 15 hours, one like, and one I mean. So in total, he used 18 filler words. Then coming to the second speaker, TM Smita, her speech was completely flawless. I couldn't find anything except for just one long pause. So that is very commendable. And then evaluator one, Toastmaster Preeti, she used two long pauses, and that's it. Her evaluation was also completely flawless. Then coming to Toastmaster Mohit, he used one long pause and just 4 hours. That's it. In total, the total number of filler words used were 68, averaging to around 7.5 filler words used per person in the entire speech. So I think that's a not such a bad number, but we can still improve upon it. Thank you.
Big round of applause for Paras. Paras, thank you for averaging out for each of us, and that was beautifully and a detailed report from you. So moving on, so we know that speech, our thoughts are best dressed with our speech, and speech is best dressed with the best grammar. So now our grammar, Chetan Goyal will present his report for the day. Over to you, Chetan. Chetan, you're on mute.
Yeah. So I unmuted it. Yes, it was. We had really good speakers today, so didn't have that room for finding out many errors, and so there was less scope for finding those errors today. Still, I would like to highlight there were some very good usage of the words. Example being, the position was redundant. Take a golden handshake, and obviously diddly squad, which was there. It is a dilemma. It is a taboo. Hooked to speech, imprints an lasting impression, adrenaline rush. So these were some good usage of the words. Talking about grammar or language constructions, there were some hiccups. For example, there was one phrase, went to road trip. It should be went on a road trip. Run the journey. It should have been probably live the journey. There were some verb errors. For example, kept doing. So it should be keep doing. Then not talking about the pronunciation errors, coming to the pronunciation errors, the theme for our day was dumb charades. So I guess there is some pronunciation error which goes behind it as to what it is exactly required to be said. So it should not be dumb charades or dumb charades. So it is supposed to be dumb charades, right? Then there was one word which is used, extempore. So it's not extempore or it's extemper. It's supposed to be extempore. Then there was this word risen. So it was being mispronounced as risen. So it should be risen. Yeah. So that was all from my side. Thanks a lot. Back to General Evaluator.
Thank you, Chetan. Thank you for your beautiful and detailed report. Now moving on to the overall session report of the day. So I would start by the TMOD, Mohnish. He started the session with a very playful game where all of us were given words that created a sense of playfulness for all of us. And I'm sure all of us got reminded of our little childhood snapshots where we used to play these games and have a lot of fun. So that created a little memory, that created a little memory of our childhood for us. Then the session went on with two beautiful speeches. First speech given by Mr. Sanjeev. The speech given by Mr. Sanjeev was a very inspiring and a very intriguing speech. There were major takeaways from the speech was his attitude of never giving up when he was told at a late age of 40 of being redundant at his job. His attitude of starting anything, initiating anything at any point of time and being a very successful person even today. He gave us a very personal snapshot of his life, as he called it, as a second inning, which was a very beautiful experience and a very aspiring for everyone. The speech was evaluated by Smita, who gave a very, she followed the commendation, recommendation and commendation approach, which was well structured. She gave beautiful suggestions so that can be worked upon by Mr. Sanjeev and he can perhaps improve them. She was confident and well structured in her feedback, so kudos. Moving on to the second speaker of the day, soon to be Miss DTM, Miss Smita. While the title of her speech was Diddly Squat, the speech was definitely not a diddly squat. The speech was truly flawless. There were well-timed silences. There was a modulation of speech. There was a sadness when she was being called diddly squat. There were happy moments. There were a very beautiful, aspiring kind of an end to her speech. All in all, it was, I feel privileged to be able to hear you today. So it was a very nice speech. Moving on to her evaluator, Mr. Mohit sir. Mohit sir, it was a very beautiful evaluation in terms of you also followed the commendation, recommendation and commendation approach. It would definitely help Smita ma'am to improve. And the evaluation was quite suggestive and quite comprehensive to be able to be imbibed in our daily lives. Then moving on to our table topic master for the day, Miss Shweta. Shweta has a very infectious energy, which everyone knows. She brings a kind of innovation to everything that she does, and we all know that. So there was a very innovative topic today, and it was a kind of emulsion of emotions that could adopt, everyone could adopt. So there were a different kind of emotions: happiness, sad, laughter, crying, and anger, which could be presented to beautiful words with a lot of vocabulary. So yeah, kudos to you for that. And then our three auxiliaries role players, most of them were debutant role players. So beautiful evaluation done by them, comprehensive report given by all of them. So the meeting all in all is is a successful meeting, I would say, and kudos to all the role players and all the speakers today. Thank you so much.
Let's all clap for Toastmaster Ashima. I think she did a wonderful job today. And let's move on with our meeting. And, dumb charades is a wonderful social game. And I recently discovered, I don't know where I was, and I loved it. In fact, in one of the Toastmasters meeting, I found that it was one of the best ways to kill the time. And today itself, we have seen that we have some amazing actors in our club. Toastmaster Mohit, he is just an amazing actor. We all were laughing and he was crying. So that was just amazing. And I found out that we have some aggressive player, guess it right, or otherwise, you know who I'm talking about. The secretary was like that, guess it right, professor, or I will just hit you. Okay. And this is just a fun thing. And uh, in fact, I remember Toastmaster Rajendra Popli was given one of the hard to guess film in one of our meetings. And for 15 minutes, he was just doing something like sign language and learning language, and nobody was able to guess. And the movie was Dhoti, Lota, or Chapati. Has anyone heard of it? Uh,
Now we have.
yeah. So Jump Charades is a wonderful game. I want you, and I guess you are going to do and play this game at your homes. So with this, I invite you to launch the poll and fill the polls. I'm going to launch the poll first for best evaluator. I'm going to launch the poll right now. Are you able to see this? Please cast your votes. Please cast your votes.
I thought I was disqualified.
Yeah, I was also wondering the same. Are we not taking disqualifications today?
Okay. Sorry. I'm sorry.
I was just about to vote for myself.
Actually, you received a few votes, sir.
He's been a very honest evaluator today. He pointed out his disqualification.
I so agree. So detailed it was. Everything was being evaluated.
Okay, here is the best auxiliary role player. Okay, I am going to end the poll in 3, 2, 1. Okay, now we have table topics speakers. Launching the poll now.
Shalu, any disqualification there?
No.
Please cast your valuable votes. Okay, ending the poll in 3, 2, 1. Next, we will have Sterling role player. Launching the poll. Please cast your vote. Okay, ending the poll in 1, 3, 2, 1. Okay, I hand over the stage back to the acting president, Toastmaster Harpreet.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Mohnish. What an amazing meeting it was. So as we also thought of in the beginning, so we really enjoyed. Yes or no? Want to answer?
Yes.
Yes. It's full of fun. Very creative meeting. So pat on the backs of everyone who have actually contributed. I am sure hardly there would be anyone who would have been missed to participate. Such was today's meeting. Very creative, very innovative. Everyone was, in fact, the table topic session, the way it started with Damsraj and all. So not without wasting any more time, I would like to get back quickly to the new guest, basically the potential Toastmasters. So we have with us potential Toastmaster Vidhi for their feedback. So we would want to have your valuable feedback, please.
Thank you, Toastmaster. So I really enjoyed today's meeting. The dumb charades were really good. I really enjoyed it. And also what Shweta, Toastmaster Shweta said about emotions. And I just want to share one thing here that I've been reading about EQ lately. So I think if anybody wants to read about EQ, the author is Daniel Goldman. So he has done amazing work about EQ. So anybody is interested, they can read about it. And I really enjoyed the meeting today. Thank you.
Thank you so much. So we look forward to have you as a member very soon. So we'll be waiting for that. Potential Toastmaster Vidhi. So let me come upon potential Toastmaster Rohan Gupta. So Rohan, can we have your valuable feedback, please?
It was a very engaging session, and I really enjoyed the jump sharp game, and I truly enjoyed that expressions of Mr. Mohnish Sahani. I truly enjoyed his expression. While I was, I suck at expressions. I was not able to put my expression in my speech. So all of it, I truly enjoyed the session.
Thank you so much, potential Toastmaster Rohan. Same, we would be looking forward to have you very soon as a member, and we'll eagerly wait for that. So hope to have you again for our meetings formally as a member. So now I would like to go back to a very important ceremony that we also thought about last time, that we would start having an induction or a initiation, installation ceremony for our new members. So we have got two lovely new members for the first time in our meeting. So may I call upon Toastmaster Bhagyashri Pandey to come on the stage so that we can just have the installation ceremony, please.
Sure. Thank you.
We also have Malika.
Yeah, we also have Malika. So we'll start with Bhagyashri Pandey. So Bhagyashri, this is part of our formal induction to our club, Toastmaster Club of West Delhi. In fact, I thank Mohnish for bringing this out. In fact, this has been there as part of the club book, and we wanted to have this introduced formally now henceforward for every member. So we are going to start this. So membership as a Toastmaster is a privilege. All of us must have realized, and I'm sure you as a new member will definitely realize in your journey going forward. And the only way to gain the immense benefit of being a Toastmaster is to actively get engaged and participate as a member. So do you, Bhagyashri, do you promise to actively participate, attend regularly all the meetings, and also participate in all the duties as a member of TMWD club?
Yes, I do.
Thank you. So now I would request the club members, do you as the members of TMWD promise to support Bhagyashri in fulfilling her Toastmaster duties and in her Toastmaster journey?
Yes,
I do.
we do.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
Thank
you,
you.
everyone.
Thank you.
So may I now call upon another member, the new member, Toastmaster, the Malika, to please come on the virtual stage so that we can have this ceremony, please.
Is happy than there.
Yeah. So do you, Malika, promise to be active member of TMWD and attend regularly the meetings and also participate in all the activities of TMWD as assigned to you by the EC?
Surely I'll do.
Thank you so much. So now again back to club members. Do you as the members of TMWD promise to support Malika in fulfilling all her duties in Toastmaster journey?
Yes, I do.
Yes.
Thank you.
Congratulations, Malika.
Thank you
Congratulations,
so much.
Malika, and
And
congratulations,
congratulations,
Bhagyashree,
Bhagyashree.
as a newly inducted members of TMWD family. And let me take the privilege to also thank a special thanks to Toastmaster Smita for joining us today from London. And in fact, ma'am, very inspiring speech. In fact, your journey has been really inspirational for Toastmasters like us. And I'm sure you will keep motivating, helping, guiding all of us here. And you'll keep joining our meetings also. And we would also love to have a special session on the way you were guiding us during the break, how you have gone through and how you have been motivated so much to join so many clubs and take up so much roles. Thank you so much for being here with us. It was really motivating. Thank you. So now we are very close to the end of our meeting. So I think, Mohnish, I need to announce the results.
Yes, I have sent you on WhatsApp and on Zoom.
WhatsApp. Hold on. Yeah. So now we go back to the final round, which is basically to announce the winners. So we'll start with auxiliary role player. So any guesses? Auxiliary role player. Who's going to be the winner?
Chetan.
Chetan.
This is
Kalu.
amazing. I think in overall all meetings, the first time I have got the trio, all three having a tie. Can you believe it? The tie of all three of them, Paras, Chetan and Shalu, all three did a great job. And in fact, it led to a tie. Congratulations to all of you being the auxiliary role player. It's amazing. Now we move on to the best evaluator. Any guesses on evaluator?
But sir.
Mohit. But I suppose.
Yeah, I was disqualified.
Yeah.
How many times
So
do you
there
want
is-
me to say that? Do you want me to cry?
We want to make you cry.
I have already cried enough for today.
We speak too much, Mohit. That's why we get disqualified.
Anyways, we had, so leftover is PT only. But amazing, Toastmasters Mohit. It was a wonderful evaluation. Again by Toastmaster PT also. It was a great evaluation. So now let's move on to table topic speaker. I think it's very easy to guess.
Yes, that perfectly goes to Mohit, I guess.
Mohit, sir.
Yes.
Mohit, sir.
Toastmaster Mohit, you made us cry today.
Cry, baby.
No, he tried
He
to
made
make
us
us cry,
laugh.
but he made us laugh.
You made us cry and laugh, and we were wondering the way you did it. I think it was amazing acting, and nobody can beat you in that for sure.
Thank
So
you.
let us move on to Sterling role player.
Ashwini, sir.
Ashima. Toastmaster Ashima.
So again, there is a tie. So both of them did a wonderful job. So we have a tie. Mohnish and Ashima both did a great job. So congratulations to Mohnish as well as Ashima.
Thank you.
Being the winners. So now, last but not the least, the best speaker.
Smita ma'am.
Disqualified.
Yes, yeah.
No, but speech was great, Smita.
It was great. And the winner is our past president. Toastmaster
अरे बट
Sanjeev.
यार हरप्रीत जी एक जने की रेस में विनर नहीं होता ना.
कोई बात नहीं. So Smita ji, it was wonderful speech. So Toastmaster Sanjeev, it was again. So I'm sure it was a wonderful meeting. So we all enjoyed to the maximum, I'm sure, and we would want to see the same energy in the coming meeting. So I would request and urge the guest also to come forward and join us very soon. In case you want any sort of help, I would be happy to help. I have already messaged you individually on your chat box with my number, so you can reach out. In fact, I will be happy to connect. I've got some of your numbers also. would request you to please message me back your number so that I can help you in the best way possible to try and get you overboard smoothly to TMWD.
Harpreet, can we also, sorry for interrupting in between.
Yeah.
I was just wanting to request if we can get some feedback from Smita ma'am also.
Yes, for sure. You said right. So Smita ma'am, we would love to have your feedback, please.
First of all, talking about motivating, it was used a lot for me. I am moti and weighted. Thanks Kanika for asking or reaching out for a role player, and I offered. It's pleasure to visit TMWD after 2 years. I think the last was in the summer 2 years ago for your humorous contest. I remember being there for your club contest, and that was brilliant. I think I made some very good friends of TMWD, starting with Rajinder Popley and so many others from your club. It was good to see a few of them here today. I think all of you have the potential of being so much a better version of yourself. And I'm so glad. I still use all the templates made by Shubhra, who was your past president about 6 terms ago. Just how to role play plan. You guys have kept the baton so high that everybody shudders to open a club in West Delhi because you guys are out there. And all the guests, please do join. Don't procrastinate. My sister, she's a Toastmaster for 13 years. She's a founder of CDTM and a member of TMWD, and now she's in Doha, Qatar. She told me for 7 years to join, and I never joined. I thought I was already a paid public speaker. I was getting paid a lot of money. I was in consulting. I was arrogant and I was stupid. So may I please request all those who are thinking about joining, leave the thinking to the members of TMWD, just join. I love the meeting. Thank you so much. I wish I could carry all of you to my next meeting, which is going to be a meeting where I'm the VP head and I have to manage some 32 role players and 2 keynote speakers, and I'm dreading it because I haven't slept all night. But hopefully, if you're most welcome always to visit Delhi Advanced Toastmaster Club, and that's only for the veteran Toastmasters. I wouldn't want to overwhelm some of the younger Toastmasters with that club. But look forward to all of you. Harpreet, I'm so glad to see you. It's been a while, and Mohit, you rock. Congratulations, all of you who are producing leaders for the District 41. On behalf of District 41, we are Smedley's Distinguished this time. Please keep the payments up and please keep a baton high. We need to be again Smedley's Distinguished again. So really hoping we will reach there. Sorry, we are Select Distinguished and we want to be Smedley's this year. So on behalf of everybody, just want to make sure you people are always there for each other. And this is a tough time. The pandemic is not going to go anywhere. Virus is not going to get killed. So use the emotional intelligence. And Mohit, keep making us laugh, cry, whatever. You're an area director or a division director just for 1 year. After that, this is where you belong and this is where we need you. Same for Sanjeev, sir.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Smita.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Smita. That was again wonderful. In fact, it was really nice to hear those words from you about TMWD, and that means a lot for us. And I'm sure we will definitely keep that words, and these are so inspiring for us to look at and become a better version of ourselves, definitely. So we'll keep engaging, we'll keep trying to have you again, and we look forward having you in our future meetings as well. And as I requested, if we can have a special session later on for all the members, definitely we can also try for having that. We would request you to please take out some time for that. Thank you so much. Thanks once again. Yeah, so that puts an end to our today's meeting. Mohnish, I think I'm done. Or
yes, but you can say that we have created members interest form survey.
Yeah, so for the new, anybody who wants to still be on the call, we will continue having this for next 5-10 minutes. Any query, you can share it with us. EC members, please stay back, let's say for next 5-10 minutes. And for the potential Toastmasters, if you have any query, I again request you, I think I've messaged you all. Please do touch base with me. I will also try and touch base with you. So any query anyone has, we are there for next maybe 5 minutes, 5 more minutes, 5-10 minutes. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Take your leave. Thank you.
Okay, thank you,
Bye
everyone.
bye.
Thank you.
Leave now.
Bye.
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 तुम
Bye,
बाय कहाँ
everyone.
भागे? श्वेता, you stay?
Yeah. I'm saying bye to whoever is leaving. Bye.
Do share that Shweta on the group, the speech, yeah, if you
Sure.
can.
I will share the full one. This was just a little part of it. I will share the full one.
Sure. Okay. Thank you all. Bye bye.
Bye, sir.
Hello, okay, bye, everyone.
Bye, sir.
Bye, sir. Chaliye, thank you everyone for a wonderful meeting. I think this was one of the best meeting I have seen in the club.
Yeah, same here. Thank you so much, everyone. I think you made our meeting so great today, and we hope to have the similar one in the future. Thank you, Mohnish, for motivating and coordinating for all of this. In fact, I'm sure it was a great one. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks to Shweta and Harpreet ji also.
Yeah,
Harpreet ji for
thank you.
becoming ACP
It
and
was a great
Shweta for
teamwork.
becoming
Yeah, thank you, Shweta, so much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you to
Thanks,
you.
everyone.
It was
भव्या जी का वीडियो बंद है. भव्या जी
Bhavya sir.
उन्होंने
Angry mood में लगता है आज भी.
Bhavya sir is not there, seems like.
I think this technical problem है. और guys, you fill the member interest form.
Yeah.
I think it's good for your own
Yes.
self development. It will allow you to set the goals. और बाकी और कुछ दिक्कत आ रही हो, कुछ भी हो, do not hesitate to call anyone.
Video, like, where should I share that? Do we have the drive where I
Just, you can end the recording.